Michaela Chester here for NCAA Digital, and softball is back. So we're gonna try this thing again. Let's take a look at 8 teams with the best chance of making it to the Women's College World Series. This year, it's even more difficult to pick. There are so many super seniors returning due to an extra year of eligibility, and therefore, stacked teams. Basically, everyone's got a shot. But here's my 8 way too early picks for OKC. First up is UCLA for very, very obvious reasons. Last season, they were number 1 in the country and went 25-1 without Rachel Garcia and Bubba Nichols. It didn't even matter. Megan Faremo was unbelievable in the circle last season with a .85 ERA and 149 strikeouts. Now they have Garcia and Nichols back as they prep for the delayed Olympics. In 2019, Garcia went 29-1 with a 1.14 ERA. This roster is absolutely loaded, and this team 1000% has a shot of making it back to the Women's College World Series, maybe even take the title as repeat champs. Next, we've got Washington. The Huskies return Gabby Plain and Sis Bates, an ace in the circle, and Bates, a 3-time All-American and 2-time Pac-12 Defensive Player of the Year. We missed out on a lot of Bates highlights last season when she missed 10 games due to injury. So everyone should be happy to have this shortstop back in action this year. The Huskies left off last season 23-2 and should be very much so in the mix this season and on the hunt for the Women's College World Series. Arizona is my next team with a good shot, and in fact, it's a great shot. Currently the number 4 team in D1 softball's rankings, the Wildcats return Mariah Lopez as a redshirt senior in the circle. She had 11 wins last season. And Deja Mulipola is another Olympic player that is returning this season before the postponed Tokyo Games. This is another case of they were good without her, and now they're going to be even better with her back in the lineup. Also, Jessie Harper returns, so the home run tracker resumes for this shortstop. I didn't forget Oklahoma. The Sooners couldn't not be on this list. G. Juarez is back this season and returning at full strength and health this time around. She's already been exceptional so far a few games into the season. Offensively, they're loaded. All-American slugger Jocelyn Alo is back, Nicole Mendez is a year off of an ACL surgery, and then there's Kenzie Hansen, Grace Lyons, and on top of that, some pure freshman talent that are already making an impact. Surely future franchise names, Jada Coleman and Tiare Jennings. This team has been successful in years past, and now they're looking better than ever. That's halfway through, guys. Next up is Alabama. The Crimson Tide will have a strong pitching staff, something that will matter a ton in a year full of stacked rosters. Montana Fouts is the ace of the staff, and then she'll have some help from Sarah Cornell, Crystal Goodman, and Lexi Kilfoyle. KB Sides led the Tide in 2020, batting .483 with 22 RBIs and 20 runs scored, and she's doing great already. All right, Texas is my next team with a good shot of making it to the Women's College World Series this year. I know they'll be playing without Miranda Elish, but I'm still picking them to make it. We haven't seen them play yet, so hard to judge. But this is a way too early look, right? Without Elish, they still have a lot of depth in the circle with Shaylin O'Leary, Courtney Day, and then add 1 or 2 strong freshman arms to the mix as well. Janae Jefferson is back offensively. Last season, she batted .554 with 30 runs scored and stole 10 bases. Only 2 more now, but still so many good teams. I've got Oklahoma State next, the current number 10 team in the country in D1 softball's rankings. But they've got Carrie Eberly as their ace, who went 10-1 with a .46 ERA in 76 innings pitched last season. Allison Febri returns at first after leading the team offensively last year. She's been great in the little bit we saw this year as well. They are strong up the middle and have an influx of new talent. The last team. This is nearly impossible. I was completely torn between Florida and LSU. The Gators have Charla Eccles, Natalie Lugo, and I know LSU already lost a game this season, but I'm tempted to go with strong pitching staffs, and LSU returns everyone from a staff that had a nation-leading ERA of .95 in 148 innings pitched last season. Offensively, senior Aaliyah Andrews is back. She hit .408 last season, and now sophomore Taylor Pleasance is back as well. I had some conversations with D1 softball's Tara Henry, who mentioned that LSU is one of the most athletic teams in the country. My first out are Florida, Louisiana, and Oregon. Those three could have absolutely been on this list, and it's very likely they could be in OKC this year. Some sleepers for you too, Missouri and Virginia Tech. But that's it. Those are my way too early picks for Oklahoma City. Let us know what your picks are for the Women's College World Series and follow all things softball on NCAA.com and Softball Social.